So if you're going to then give tactical advice to the Muslim community and the Christian community on your mission as two different communities, what do we need to do to bridge that gap? What do we need to do to remove all the tension between us?
Yeah, so I mean, here's the thing. You have to use logic and reasoning and common sense. And I'll say this, Christianity's not going away, Islam's not going away. Um, Christians and Muslims are going to live on this planet until Jesus returns at the end of the day. And both sides got to recognize that and understand that and come to terms with that. Christians can't be like, well, we have to disassociate with Muslims and just hope they all go away. They're not going away, and Muslims have to do the same thing. You have to understand and recognize that both groups are going to exist forever, and we have to find common ground to say that, okay, that's going to happen without I can't control that. Like the Stoic philosopher Epictetus talked about the dichotomy of control. You can't worry about or put time and effort into things that you can't control. Only worry about and put time and effort into things that you can control. So you can't control that Muslims live in the world. You can't control that Christians live in the world, but you can control how you react to that fact. And that's it. So with that comes maybe understanding more about the opposite. If you're a Muslim, maybe understand Christians, understand psychology, understand their religion, and you'll find common ground. Trust me, you will. There's a lot of common ground there. And same for Christians. Understand Islam. Don't just read what you see on social media or the news or Fox News or what your politician is telling you here because they have a hidden agenda. Like me, growing up in a strictly Christian Republican home in Iowa, didn't know anything about Islam until I went to the Muslim world and realized these people are actually pretty nice and we have a lot more in common than I thought. So learn something about Islam. Go talk to a Muslim. I'm sure you have one around you. Go talk to a Muslim, speak to a Muslim. They're nice people. Find some common ground and agree to disagree and allow the other person to practice their religion. They're going to do it, man. Agree to disagree and let them practice their religion. Muslims want to practice, and you know this very well. Radical Islam is a thing, right? But it's not as big of a problem as people make it out to be. It's blown way out of proportion. Sure, you have ISIS, you have Al Qaeda, you have these things that are probably propped up by Israel, but um, it's not a big problem. It's really not. The vast majority of Muslims are peaceful people that just want to live their life, go to their job, raise a family, and practice Islam, pray to Allah, and do these things, and just live their own life and mind their own business. That's the majority of Muslims. They're not coming in here trying to chop your head off and make you convert or anything like that. So let them live their life and agree to disagree. And same thing for both parties.
Yeah, and it becomes an incredibly slippery slope when we start to associate the traits of one person to the entire religion. It's like if you take a small portion of people that commit Islamic terrorist attacks and then you say, because they were Muslims, all of Islam is terrorism. It's the same thing, right? You can take the KKK, right? That goes back to Christianity, but we don't associate that with Christianity because once again, that's unfair to take the actions of a small group of people and then attribute the entire religion to those actions.
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, it's a tiny minority, dude. But the media and our government has done a great job of blowing that way out of proportion and using that as propaganda to demonize the whole Middle East and Muslim world. But they just like touch grass, bro. Go out there and talk to a Muslim. It's not that hard. They're nice people. Learn for yourself. Maybe read a bit of the Quran. Maybe watch some YouTube videos on it. I don't know. But learn a little bit and you'll find common ground and you'll realize they're not all like that. The majority of them are nice, nice people. Actually, they're probably some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah. And I see another issue too is social media tends to amplify everything, right? So it's like, for example, on my content, yes, I am consciously aware I do push the borderline of like virality and saying things that are very controversial. And that's something I have to work on a fine balance, and I'm aware of that. But I also get a lot of comments from so-called Christians, and it's just the most despicable hate you could get.
Oh,
The thing
I'm
is,
sure, bro.
but the reality is I've never met a Christian in person and had a bad relationship with them or had a bad conversation or had them say anything negative. So it's like we see these small portions. It's the same thing. Like I'll hold the Muslim community just as accountable, right? There's a saying like, "Oh, there's no love like Christian hate, or there's no hate like Christian love." But what you're doing is, once again, you're attributing such a small portion of people and then putting it as a blanket statement on everybody who exists under that religion, and it's unfair.
Yeah, dude, trust me. I mean, I get plenty of hate DMs and comments all the time too from probably more Christians actually. It's actually rare for me to see a hate comment from a Muslim. Whether I post a video that's solely about Christianity, um, or whatever the case is, like I've on very rare occasions seen a hate DM or a negative DM from a Muslim. It's a lot of support from Muslims saying we support you, we appreciate what you're doing for the Palestinian people, and bridging the gap we're trying to between Christians and Muslims. I hate to say it, but I get more hate from Christians.